When was the role of yeast in the brewing process fully understood? And is there more than one type of yeast used in beer making?
Yeast is obviously a huge part of the brewing process. As we talked about the German purity law, people didn't really know what yeast was. They didn't really know what made alcohol. Louis Pasteur figured that out in the mid-1800s, and we were actually pasteurizing beer almost a decade before milk was pasteurized. But yeast is a very great thing. It's natural. It's everywhere. It's in the air. It's on your clothes. It's everywhere. It depends on where you're at. It could be a different strain, but yes, breweries keep those yeast strains very protected because there is a lot of yeast-derived flavors that can be added to a beer. Obviously, there's the simplest of terms is a lager yeast and an ale yeast. So lager yeast is the one that typically ferments to the bottom. So after it's done doing its work, it falls to the bottom of the kettle when it's done and it dies. And an ale yeast rises to the top. It's more of a turbulent process, higher temperatures. There's a lot more activity going on. That's the simplest of breakdowns on yeast. After that, then there's just all kinds of different strains of yeast, and it's very highly protected. Any good brewery that's worth its liquid has a working, functioning lab with scientists in there, and they're cultivating yeast, they're mixing yeast strains, they're protecting their current yeast strain to ensure the quality remains the same.